On this episode, it's back onto the 36 Ford to finish up the roof chop, garnish moldings, and get this sucker out of here. Oh, mama. The best way is to install the bottom, make a little mark, reinstall the top here. And then reline up my marks, and then trim, and bada bing, weld it back together. Just like magic.
Yep. This works as a pretty good makeshift welding table. Gotta squeeze every single inch out of this place. Garnish moldings are so thin, they're pretty hard to weld. Turn it all the way down and just blew a big hole in it. This makes more work. Ugh, I hate everything. Fixed it. Window frames there.
darn garnish moldings take almost as long as the chop, before and after.
So music, I get a lot of comments on the music that they play in the background, which you know, I thoroughly enjoy. One of the problems is I get hit with copyright on almost every single video. And then I gotta go back and re-edit and cover things up. It's a huge pain in the ass. So if you know any local bands that have non-copyrighted music they'd like to send my way, I can play in the background or feature somehow, hit me up. You know, the old iron workshop at gmail.com, and maybe we can work it out. Yes. Not the best, but not the worst. Always strive to do better than last time anyways. Maybe one of these days I'll figure it out. So I like this consistency. This is maybe a little more sanding there, but I like this, but I don't like this gap that's here. It's just a little too large. So I'm gonna weld a little piece of wire in there. So I dug around looking for a wire coat hanger because that's just about the right size, but the Overlord here does not permit wire hangers here.
But
so
I told you, no wire hangers ever!
Here, so I had to use a handle off a paint bucket. But that will work just fine. I'll weld that there on the top of the door and close that gap up and call this door done.
Not too bad for a left-handed TIG welder.
That's what we like.
The 36 Ford windshield frames are real nice to chop because they just screw together. So it's just a matter of disassembling it and trimming it down. Need to make sure I save this. Please don't break, please don't break, please don't break.
Shit. Siliconed it in. Damn it. Damn.
let's try the old razor blade. What's the worst that could happen? I've successfully broken the glass in every car I've owned. No reason this should be any different. Just remove this little baby clip here, and we'll be good. Try not to lose it. So we need to chop the windshield 3 inches, just like the like the A-pillars. So the way this assembles, you got a top and a bottom with this piece that goes down in the center to line them up. So I'm just going to take 1.5 inches off each side, re-drill the holes, so everything lines up, and make a wooden pattern for the glass, and bada bing, dunskies. That is 1.5 inches. The same to the top. That'll give us the 3 inches, and we should be, unless I screwed it up, perfect. I'm using the tape because I can't draw on the chrome. Oh well. Helps if I put it in the right spot. So working with my glass here, I need to trim it down 3 inches as well, so I can make my pattern. So just going to go ahead and trace the bottom half. Then I'll just take somewhere up here in the middle. Well, think about that. Yeah, somewhere up here in the middle. Mark that. Mark that there. Mark the glass. Do that in the same on both sides. Mark my glass. And take my mic here. 3 inches. Three inches there. 3 inches there. I'll just slide the pattern or the piece of glass back down to line those marks up. And go ahead and trace around the top, and there we go, pattern. And just like Mr. Higbee said in high school woodshop, measure twice, cut once. Or measure 3 times and cut it twice, or just fuck it up. I don't know. Do something.
Then a trip to the bandsaw. And now the fun part. Yes, this is the Hearse. Haven't got to in a few weeks, but I'm getting ready to get back on this thing as soon as the 36 is out of here. Going to finish my front suspension. I got to order wheels the next day or two, and then we are officially going to start the upholstery. And I get Laura to paint that dashboard and upholster the seats and build an exhaust and a floor and everything else. But the downside of this big ass beast being in here is my bandsaw is stuck over there in the corner, and I currently can't move this gal. So this will be fun. Let me see if I can stick you over here somewhere. Hopefully I don't cut my arm off while I'm trying to do this.
Do. Pinche pendejo. Oh, fuck. No. Yes, the epitome of safety. That's not working. Plan B, jigsaw. These little saw blades are magical. Let's do it. Smells like burnt cat hair. Lovely. So that's what's inside there. Hopefully there's room to slide the... Oh, let's check it. Oh yeah, disco. Perfect. Look at that. Just like Ford did it himself. A little magic clip on there and boom. Just like it's supposed to be. I just got to re-drill with the mounting screws. Other than that, easy. All right, let's drill it. I just got to find the drill. Shit. Take and assemble these bottom pieces, and then I'll put the pattern in there, and I think we'll be in fantastic shape. You're always going to make sure you leave a little bit of a gap around the glass, maybe 1/8 of an inch for the expansion. And I say that as somebody who's broke every single piece of glass I've ever installed. Boom. Just the way Henry Ford wanted it. Damn. That looks good. All right, so now that we've got all the window frames done and all the other little things, it's time to do the last piece of the puzzle, and that is the roof here. So first I got to fill in this piece here. You know, Bobby made this top a little too small.
Damn it, Bobby, this just ain't right.
Oh, however, it wasn't his fault. We should have specified that we were going to extend the roof and make it a little bit longer. So not Bobby's fault this time, but make sure we get it next time. But anyways, this here if you've ever done any kind of metal shaping, you understand how perfect this is. This is absolutely magical. I mean, it's just pristine. This is done with a power hammer known as a Yoder, and I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful work. I could have made this with an English wheel, but it would have taken me and another guy most of a day to complete. So from a cost standpoint, this is much more logical to just purchase one from somebody who knows what they're doing. Bobby's made hundreds of these things. I think he said it takes him about 45 minutes to knock one of these out. So you kind of can't beat it. So hopefully I don't foobar this thing putting it in. But first, to make a filler strip. Instead of killing an entire sheet, because I only need a 4-inch strip, I'm just going to cut 2 strips, weld together, and then make that. Hey, what's up? What's up, puppy dog? You come to help, huh? She is 8 years old today. Hard to believe I had her for 8 years. Or she's had me for 8 years, however you look at it. I found some lady handing out puppies one day in an alley in downtown Austin, and I snatched her without putting any thought into it. Then after Laura almost divorced me because she was so pissed, finally grew on her. 8 years later, she's part of the fams. Yeah, I know. She looks just like everybody else's dog, apparently. Don't do that. It's like smashing with a hammer. I think that is going to work. That'll do it. This is that point where I wish I would have taken the roof off and welded the insert in when it was off of the car, but maybe next time. So what I got here is my crappy jack that I got from my old Ford. It's a regular little screw jack. And I welded a 1x1 to it. And then up on the top there, I welded one of my extra slapping spoons on there. So what I'm going to do is put this in the car. In the area that I can't hammer and dolly because I got, short monkey arms, I will jack this up right underneath it, and then I can hammer and dolly against this. Super genius. So here it is in action. Got it sitting there on the floor, and then got the dolly pressed up to the bottom of that weld just ever so slightly, so now I have something I can actually hammer against. Arms are too short to do me any good, but this will work. Or make it worse, I don't know. Fuck something in the way. I was getting set up to weld the spot on the roof there, and while I was getting everything sort of situated, I was holding the torch in one hand and my welding rod in the other. And while I was kind of getting situated, I accidentally had hit the foot pedal, and my electrode happened to touch my welding rod at the same time and proceeded to shock the absolute shit out of me. I may have seen Jesus temporarily and hit the promised land, but good Lord, that was a little tough to endure. But, it's all part of the fun and games, right? Well, I got it all welded in. That was not an easy panel to do. The back area definitely got sketchy because I couldn't reach it. But we'll get it. Now I just need to beat it into submission. Sort of like my wife does to me. Now, in hindsight, I really wish I would have taken the roof and tacked it all in place, and then set the roof insert in and then pulled the entire roof back off the car and welded it on my bench. That would have made everything so much easier. Because I could have got much better access, and hell, I could have stuck the thing on my English wheel and probably flattened it out. So, keep that in mind when you're going to do this. I'll do that in the next one for sure. But, I just need to get out there with the hammer and dolly and planishing hammer and get this baby smooth as can be. Button up a couple little things on the inside, and this portion will be done anyways. So, sit tight. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call the roof done. I could keep working the top a little bit, but it's just about ready. The paint guy's going to check it out tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to move on to the bumpers. That'll, of course, be tomorrow. Although I did get all the little miscellaneous interior pieces glued back in, just that back panel. Nothing too exciting. So we are definitely ready to move on, and this thing looks super badass. Sure hope Alex gets his health checked, because he's guaranteed to get some tang with this thing. But damn, I love old cars. And old women. Just another lovely day in Texas. That's better. Time to get to work. Let's finish this baby up. So moving on to the bumpers here. That is the bumper we're going to put on there. I have no idea what it's off of. I'll get out of the rain here. But I need to make a bracket to mount it to here, and clearly it doesn't fit, because why would it? So with holding this up, I can use the one bracket This side I think I'll have to heat up and bend into shape. But in order to make all that happen, I'm gonna build a new piece that goes in here. Pick up this hole here, this hole here. That just sits in there, then I can weld. These guys, I'll trim them off and weld them to this inside bracket, and then that should all work. This will mount all up like this, and I think we'll be in good shape. Might bring it in just a hair, a little bit closer to the spare tire, but I'm gonna make those brackets first. Oh, and we need to make a license plate mount. Over there. So, from that hole to this hole, we are going to be 19 inches. Unfortunately, I got that hole there, which is in the wrong spot for the overrider, but it is what it is. The chromer can take care of that at some point. And that is 1 3/4. So, all right, let's go to the table. Boom. And that's how it's done. Well, sort of. I'm also going to get rid of these door handles. Yes, they are on backwards. These are, I think, 37, 38 Zephyr. But I've impaled myself on this damn thing about 1,000,000 times. So, last time I almost punctured my spleen. So, that was not pleasant. But in order to do that, I have these ones, which are much nicer condition, but the shaft is too short because, you know, we all need a longer shaft. So I'm going to pirate these ones off the originals, or whatever these are off of. I think these are 35. Going to trim those off, extend these out, and then get these things on correctly, which these are definitely nicer looking. Go like so. Much nicer. And here, with the power of Grayskull, we make the magic happen. Come on, the power of Grayskull, that was funny.
The power of Grayskull.
Like magic. Whew. Much better. Gotta quench it, right? So that will mount the plates from there to there. With a little spot for a light up there. Yes, I have to use my phone as a magnifying glass because I can't read the numbers on the little tap and die here. Yeah, getting old. 1/4 inch, all right. 1/4 20. Broke it. Metallic, of course. So that, like that. So this will bolt right here. Stay. And this guy will bolt on to there. Something like that.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull the spare tire off and delete it all together, which will make my bumper bracket situation a hell of a lot easier. So I just got to figure out how to get this thing out of here. I have no idea. I've owned 2 of these cars. You'd think I would know this. There you go. I used to buy these from the swap meet and cut them up into pieces and sell them as motorcycle fenders. Very popular, but not this one. So with this mounted up, I don't want it to be too far out. So I'm liking where that's at. Fits the body flow nice. So I'm thinking I'll just rebend the end there and attach it and then just trim this one off here a little bit and disco. Done deal.
Alright, let's mount it.
Oh, this bumper is pure magic. Just like it was made to be here. So next up on the 36 is new taillights. These are, I think, 36, 37 Lincoln. They're rather expensive and virtually irreplaceable, so I'm kind of afraid to touch them personally. So we're going to put those on, but we got some other problems. One, well, the biggest problem is the gas tank filler neck, because it comes up down through the fender and then into the gas tank inside, so I have to pull this out, pull the taillight off, rework this neck so it goes inside the trunk. So I'm going to use some exhaust tubing and make some big weird bend, or I don't know, something to get somewhere in this department here. So I'm going to work through that here. I think the first thing will be to get the taillights off the car and start going from there. You will also notice that we changed out the door handles. He had another set, and this time we installed them properly. So no more impaling myself on it. I only did that about 1,700 times. So this is much nicer. So let's get that skirt off, and you can't just flip the skirt up. You actually have to take it off. Don't tell your girlfriend that, or your wife, or your wife's girlfriend. How does this thing work? I really like these skirts. This little piece here is awesome, but it's got a nice little lip on the bottom too. These are probably one of the nicer ones I've seen. They're a little beat up, but I may have to keep these. Oh, so I'm trying to avoid pulling the wheel off. Sneak you in here. So there's what we got to move. That's got to go from there up to there. Easy peasy. So first thing we got to do is get rid of this panel here. This is actually the mount for the rumble lid, but this is a deck lid car, so this serves no point. So I'm just gonna whack it out of the way. Not mine. Stupid lowered cars. So that has to go in there somehow. So I'm going to drill a hole. This will work. So this is 7 inches center to center. So as long as we go 7 inches up there, we'll be in good shape. And I'm sure it won't fit, and I'll have to redo it twice, but that's just the way life goes. Alrighty. So with the rubber job he pulled off, oh, look at the rays of sunshine coming through. And then my U-bend here, I'll trim it back a little bit, but it will line up with that hole, and then I'll use part of the rubber coupling to connect the 2 ends there, and done. Well, I'll make a little bracket to mount this so it doesn't flop around, but other than that, pretty easy. So this will go like this, weld it on, stick through the hole, screw that to the inner fender well, and bada bing, that thing is going to be solid as can be. There you go. Cut that piece off. That'll work. All right. I'm afraid of dropping these. So I got a couple of magnets there to hold this thing in place, and trying to figure out where the sweet spot is. So to get both of these put on here and then run a string across them, make sure they're actually square and not googly-eyed. Try to find the best placement. What do you guys think?
the better. Yes, those are the ones. Right there. That'll make them square. So using my angle finder, I want to make sure they're aimed right. Now they're going to aim up a little bit. I don't think I can fix that too much. Might be able to shave the bottom of the light a little bit, but I don't really want to do that. So I think I'm going to live with that. Now mind you, the car is, nose heavy. So once they get around to dropping the front of this thing, then it should be just all right. So I went ahead and put a string across. I don't know if you can see that or not. It'll run across from light to light. Then I can make sure that with the string they line up parallel with each other, so at least aim in the right direction. So I think that's the sweet spot, so I'll pull that one off, make a pattern off this one, then flip the pattern to that one and make sure everything matches, then drill some holes. Be cardboard. We'll trace it and figure out where it goes, then I'll make a cardboard pattern at the bottom. This here, and then mark where the screw holes are and transfer this to there, and then make another one and transfer it over there. A little old school arts and crafts. Sure, fancy CAD programming is all the rave and that digital scanning, but hey man, cardboard works every time. No cereal boxes today. I got the good stuff. See? There we go. So now I just mark that. I know where to drill. Let's do it. So now I'm just taking my cardboard here, line that up on the bottom edge of the fender. Try to figure out how to get my arm in there. So now I got my pattern. So now I can just come over here and line it up the same way. Just measuring it to compare from side to side and make sure it goes in the right spot. You only get one shot to drill a hole. Then you got to fill the hole, and that's no fun. I want to make them a little bit larger so I got a little wiggle room. And let's just hope they're in the right spot. Oh yeah, that is what I'm talking about. There we go, that looks gorgeous. Now time to weld those holes up. I gotta move this thing. So I ground off the paint and primer, and you can see they actually primered right over the rust. I don't know why they would do that, but sure enough, the whole thing rust all the way around. Oh well, I'm gonna make a patch panel to finish that up. And we'll call this project done. It's been a few months, so I'm ready for it to move on down the road here. I got other things I got to deal with, like my hearse. But it's been loads of fun. Just one more last piece of the puzzle. We'll move on to the, well, whatever's left anyway. Trim all that out, clear that paint out, and make a panel. Shouldn't be that complex. It actually does have a little bit of a curve in it, so we'll work that in there. get it roughed out in the pipe anvil. Starting to take shape. Well, throw that in the planchette hammer. I'm sure the neighbors will love that. Whew. I haven't used that thing in a while.
Made this thing last year. I should have made it 30 years ago. Just a little more tweak with my hand and I think it's good. Over here to a little pipe anvil. Alright, I think I'll clean it up and put it inside and score it. Get a little trim and then I think we'll be good to just about weld. So they're hopefully going to have this thing painted at a Lone Star Roundup, which is in about 4 weeks, so it might be a little bit of a push. I'm trying to button up all those little loose ends and get her done out of here. Trying to get my car done before Lone Star Roundup. Need to sand the whole thing back down. Have it pinstriped. Maybe clear coat it, I don't know. If I'm overly zealous, maybe I'll put my Holly Sniper kit back on there. Alright, that'll work. Oh. That's why I like these little magnets. Really, really helpful. I'm going to clean the edges up a little bit here. Start over. Yeah, I like that better. Back to the pipe anvil. Everything's a rough draft. Just like school. I like this one better. Now for a final fit. Hopefully this time I won't cut it too short. So that's going to work. Just need to score it, trim it off, and I think we're good to go there. That I'm liking. A little bit of filing and we're ready to weld.
You can cop a cheap feel of a woman's ass. You can squeeze her sloppy tit. But if you go fingering my lip with lover, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Absolutely love that. I like to see them mount properly. I hate losing them. Time to send this one home. It's off to the body shop.
Need to get the front end down a bit, but it's a hell of a lot better looking. I could sit here and nitpick things to death, but at this point, it's time to let somebody else molest her a little bit. Anyways, thanks for watching. On to the next one.